Direct online ordering, Advait, quite an interesting trend lately. There are people on both sides of the fence. Some say it's the next big thing, while others have their concerns. Where do you stand on the matter?
Perfect. Oshin, the way the world eats has evolved drastically, especially over the last decade or so. First, a lot of restaurants started without any digital tools, and they were, taking orders on call. They had their own delivery fleet and would end up delivering your orders to you at home. Then step two is when you now have these third-party delivery apps, right? In India, you have Zomato, Swiggy. Internationally, you will have Uber Eats, Talabat, Deliveroo, etc. So all of these applications really help change consumer behavior, where now online delivery really became mainstream. Now consumers for the first time could sit home from an app, order food from any restaurant that they chose, which was in their vicinity, and they would have it delivered to their doorstep. They would have a very seamless digital experience that came in, and that really got delivery to the mainstream. And restaurants had to adapt. And the way the industry is going now, direct delivery is going to be a very, very important part of what comes next.
Let's zoom in a little bit, Advait. Let's say I own a restaurant and 70-80% of all my orders currently come from third-party aggregator platforms. So given this scenario, do I even really need a website or an app of my own?
In the short term, that 100% works. Now, the question is, when you look at your business in the long term, and if you want to grow it in scale. So now there are three factors that any restaurant owner must take into account while evaluating whether or not you need your own direct online ordering platforms. The first is brand. Being able to create a differentiated identity and a unique experience for your end customer, and to build a one-to-one relationship with your customer. And that's where building your own website and app, completely branded website and app, is very critical, especially in the long term. The second is with profitability. Getting your revenue is one thing and your top line is fine, but are you actually able to make any profits at the end of the day? For most restaurants, the answer is no, right? Because what ends up happening is that 20 to 30% of their revenue ends up going as commissions to the third-party application, right? So what do you really have at the end of the day? And this is where you actually can help transition your customers from third-party apps to your websites and apps, your own websites and apps, so that you can then see your margins increase. Over time, since you're not paying those commissions for your own application and your own website, each order is a lot more profitable for you, right? So that's the second part. And the third is data. Today, third-party aggregators, marketplaces, they do not really share customer data with the restaurant. So today, I do not know that Oshin orders from my restaurant 3 times a month. Her favorite dishes are X, Y, and Z. Her lifetime value to my restaurant is so much. And, I don't even have access to the detailed analytics that can help me get a better understanding of my brand, how frequently people are visiting, what parts of my menu can I optimize. All of those details and a lot much deeper insights into my own business can come through when you have your own website and application.
All of that makes a lot of sense, Advait. But as a restaurant owner, at this point, I'm thinking whether that significant investment I'm going to make in building a website and app, increasing its adoption and preparing it for the long run, whether all of that is worth it.
Yeah. So having explained the benefits of it right before this, I think if you want to talk about who's doing this today and how are they doing it, internationally, the largest brands that you can think of, all the major enterprises, right? McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks, Pizza Hut, Domino's, all of these large brands have been investing millions into building their own technology stack, into making sure that they have their own websites, apps, ordering platform. Domino's will never say, hey, why don't you order Domino's pizza from a third-party application instead, right? And that's because they see the value of this. Right? Long term, if you want to talk about maximizing your customer value and making sure that you have a sustainable, profitable, scalable business, that's a transition that you need to do. Now, like you rightfully pointed out, building this out is ridiculously expensive and difficult if you do it without any support. Unless you're able to build a website and app that's at least at par with what third-party applications, the delivery providers can give you, right? You will not be able to get that adoption. So what we've built at UrbanPiper is a product called Meraki, wherein we essentially give restaurants a platform wherein they can come and build their branded websites and apps with complete ease without ever having to, be an engineer or hire a team of engineers or designers, right? We become the technology backbone for their brand. So for example, Subway across 12 countries uses UrbanPiper's platform to power their websites and apps, and we can help all of our existing customers to build websites and apps of that level, right? And create that beautiful user experience that you really want to give to your customers.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I mean, I don't remember the last time I ordered a Domino's from a third-party aggregator. Ever since I got the app, it's just the app.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. And thinking about the long term, right from this point on, could be a very strategic move.
Correct.
I'm curious, what does Meraki do? How does it work? How can it really help me build this website? And how much effort do I need to put in as a restaurant owner in this entire process?
Yeah, so we actually are a technology backbone of several of the brands that you probably order from on a regular basis, right? And what we do is make that entire process very seamless. When you as a restaurant approach us for help, it's essentially a plug and play solution where, we have the basic tech stack and the platform ready. All we need is inputs of, okay, give us your menu, give us your brand, and we can help you create that entire branded website and app within just a few days. Right. And it can be happening, and it will be, having no downtime whatsoever. Our technology stack is one of the most reliable out there with 99.99% uptime, right? No bugs and glitches. We make sure that we have it completely optimized, and we make sure that the user experience is perfectly optimized as well. So at the end of the day, within a few days time, you will have a website or app that's perfectly branded for you, white labeled, for your brand. You can have people place orders from there, track delivery riders, do online payments, have a loyalty program built out just for you. And even if you don't have your own delivery fleet today, right, and you want to still do direct delivery, we actually have partnered with multiple logistics companies, hyperlocal logistics companies. Through integrations, you can actually outsource your entire delivery fleet to them. Right. So that enables you to actually scale a lot faster and easier as well. So those are the kind of solutions that we give a lot of the largest players in the industry, and make sure that they can really be ready for what you said, the long term, and make that strategic move early on.
Wow, that's really useful, very interesting. In fact, with the rise of specific partners, delivery partners, companies like Dunzo and their likes, you have so many coming up. Integrating them into my website such that I don't have to hire another delivery team sounds really useful in particular.
For sure.
Great stuff. And how do you make this happen? What is it that you do, and what do you love about your job?
Yeah, so Oshin, just to set context, I actually was the founder of a startup called Eatable right before I joined UrbanPiper that focused on this very problem space. Right, I have actually been actively working in direct delivery and direct online ordering since over 3 years now, and this is a specific problem space that I'm very passionate about because of the clear trend that's emerging out here and the problems that it solves for restaurant owners. Right. So having transitioned from there to UrbanPiper, my job as a product marketing manager is to ensure that we build the right products at UrbanPiper by making very, very solid relationships with the restaurant community, understanding their needs, understanding their major pain points. Right. At UrbanPiper, we're a very restaurant-centric approach to everything that we build. Right. To make sure that we have that relationship, build the right things, and after that, to make sure that whatever is built, right, we're able to communicate the value of that to the right people to increase growth, adoption of those particular tools, and to make sure that the story behind our products and behind UrbanPiper as a whole is communicated to our right audience, right? So the growth and adoption of those tools is primarily what my responsibility is at UrbanPiper, and I've been enjoying every single day of it.
That sounds amazing. Good luck for your journey forward, Advait, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Oshin.